Hello, my name is Tammy Langley. I'm pastor of Citadel of Life Cathedral in Inverness, Florida. I invite you to watch this video in its entirety as we walk you through a day at the polls. Some very important dates are coming up: October 19th, October 31st, and November 3rd. Those are the days where you will cast your votes. I was one of those people who didn't vote all the time because I thought my vote didn't matter. But this year, 2020, is a very important voting year. So I invite you, watch this video. We're going to show you exactly what to do and show up to the polls. Thank you.
Now I need your signature, please. You can just do it on the screen. Okay, thank you. I'll put this back to you. And she will give you your ballot, and you can go ahead and if you have any questions at all, come right back to us. Okay?
There's a pen. And if you will remove it from the folder and put your vote right in here. Thank you very much for voting.
Thank you.
Your vote matters.
Hello, good morning. Here, well, I need your photo ID. Thank you very much. We'll give you a screen for you to sign, and then I'll compare your signature. Okay, sign. All right, thank you. There you are. And this is your license pack. She will give you the ballot, and you can take it over there. If you have any questions, you ask, come on back. Thank you so much.
Use your voice. Vote this November.
I'm going to give you a screen so you can just sign. And do the same signature. Now, I see the signatures are different, the addresses are different. Have you sent your last voting? I moved last week. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. There you are back. Thank you.
If you will remove your ballot from the screen.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you for voting.
Vote.
Good morning. I voted by mail.
Okay, good morning. Just put it in here. Thank you so much. And thanks for voting.
Of course. Have a good one.
Hi, good morning. I'd like your photo ID. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to give you a screen for you to sign. Just do your legal signature, and then I'll compare the signatures to what you just gave me. Thank you so much. You may have this back, and I'm going to give you a ballot in just a minute. She will. And if you have any questions or if you need to change your, make a mistake, you come back.
Meet us there, and there's a pen inside.
Thank you.
And if you will remove your ballot from the sleeve, put your ballot here. I'll put your sleeve. Thank you for voting.
Ruth is there, and the pens.
And if you will please remove your ballot from the sleeve. And thank you for voting. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Minister Jermaine Ross, and now more than ever, our voices need to be heard. We need to show up at the polls in force. We need to be educated with our votes. We need to vote. We need to get out. Black voters absolutely matter, and it is about us. So we have to push the vote this year, okay? Let's rock the vote. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Deirdre Sweeney, and I am a poll worker. I'm a clerk at one of the polling sites, so I wanted to review some of the important things that you just saw on the video about voting. The first and most important thing is that the IDs, you do not have to have a license. There's an acceptable list of photo and signature IDs, which we will post on the Facebook site, and it's also available on votecitrus.com. So they may ask you for your license, but you do not need to have a license, and that's really important. There are many other things such as a homeowners association, EFT, anything that has your photo on it that is a state issued is acceptable. So the other important thing is about on election day, so there are several different ways you can vote. One, you can vote by mail, which I recommend everyone register to do that. You could do that on votecitrus.com, and you can sign up to register to vote by mail right online. Now, when you get your vote by mail ballot, the envelope looks like this. And there'll be a ballot that comes inside, and there's a secrecy folder. You fill out your ballot, you fold it in half, and you put it in the secrecy folder, and then you put the secrecy folder right into the envelope. The most important thing, other than putting your ballot in the envelope, is that you sign the envelope. So this is the #1 reasons why we have problems with the vote by mail ballots, is because people don't sign the envelopes. So there's this big red box that our supervisor election says people miss. You print your name up here, you sign down here. And then there's other information, a phone number, an email, which is not required, but it helps that they can reach out to you if there's a problem with your ballot. So it makes sure it gets counted. This is the safest way, so in the area of age of COVID, that you don't have to go into the polls to cast your ballot. Now, you can mail this in. We are recommending if you do mail it, you leave a full week for it to get through the mail. But there are many other ways that you can drop off your vote by mail ballot. Any of the early voting sites, which is from October 19th through October 31st. We have 4 sites across the county: the Inverness City Hall, Homosassa Library, Central Ridge Library in Beverly Hills, and the Supervisor Election Office in Meadowcrest. During early voting hours, you can just walk in and drop it off as was demonstrated in the video. We also, before early voting starts, you can drop it off at Supervisor Election 24 hours a day. There's a drop box there outside in Meadowcrest. And we also are going to have an extra box in Inverness City Hall starting October 5th during the day from 9 to 4 that you can drop it off before early voting. So that way, if you have any concerns about the post office, that you can drop it off in person and you don't have to have contact with anyone. But just to reiterate, the most important thing is to sign your ballot after putting the ballot in the envelope, which we get empty ballot envelopes a lot. So, and if you do decide to vote on election day, you have to know what your actual precinct is. So for instance, I live in precinct 202, which is in Citrus Hills. So on election day, you actually have to go to your assigned precinct. Whereas during early voting, you can go to any of those early voting sites. On election day, you have to go to your precinct, or they're going to send you, if you go to an early voting site, they're going to send you to your assigned precinct.
Hart once said, "We are young. Heartache to heartache we stand. No promises, no demands. Love is a battlefield." And I'm here to promise you that your voice matters and demand that you use it. Because right now, life is a battlefield. And until this war is won, we aren't done. Yes, we are young, and I know that sometimes people try to tell us that our voice doesn't matter and that we don't have the knowledge or authority to use it. I don't care if you're 17 or younger. Speaking out is your right, and you have the power to abuse it. Gen Z, let's make history. Let's be the change we want to see.
Okay. An important thing to know is what precinct you are assigned to. Precincts in the county are assigned based on address. So if you received your voter ID card in the mail, it will have your precinct on it, and the number begins with either a 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you're not sure what precinct you are, if you go to votecitrus.com, there's a check my registration, and you put in your information, and it will tell you where you are registered to vote and what your precinct is and what the address is. Another thing is on election day, when you go to the polling location to cast your ballot in person, if there's any confusion with an address change or a signature or any issue, you should not leave the polling place without voting. We have other options to vote. So if there is a problem, it will be referred to the clerk of the polling station. You will be offered an alternative way to voting. So don't leave without voting. And thank you so much. As you know, this is a super important election, and we need everyone to show up and cast their vote to save our democracy. Thank you. And that's it.
You ready?
Should I be like, your vote matters?
Yeah, I like
Okay.
that. Okay, ready?
You are back.
And I'm here to promise you that your voice matters and to demand you to blooper reel.
I was one of those people who didn't vote all the time because I thought my vote didn't matter. But the third, shoot.
Blooper reel. Wait, say it louder.
And if you'll please remove the ballot. Thank you for voting. Thank you.
Use your voice. Vote this November.